Well, here to share their thoughts is GOP consultant Matt MACKOWIAK and the Deputy Director of Progress Texas, Philip Martin. Thank you both for joining us.
Sure. Good to be here.
All right, Philip, let's start with you. Again, Sanders spoke today at the DNC about the importance of unity in defeating Donald Trump. As you heard, every time he mentioned Hillary Clinton's name, his supporters booed. So what can he do? What does he need to say to unite Democrats and get his supporters behind Clinton?
I think he needs to keep saying what he has been saying. I think he has some very, very strong supporters at the convention that want more change, and that's understandable. They've fought for a lot, and they've gotten a lot. But what you look at kind of what's happening outside the convention, I don't think there's as much for Hillary Clinton to worry about. Pew Research has been doing month-to-month polls on this. What they found is that those people who've been supporting Bernie Sanders for the last year, 90% of them are going to be backing Secretary Clinton for the nomination. So I think at the convention, he just needs to keep his head down, keep giving the same message he has, keep supporting Secretary Clinton, and we know that almost all of his supporters are going to rally behind him.
Matt, is Sanders' support and Debbie Wasserman Schultz, the chair of the DNC, resigning following those leaked DNC emails, is that going to be enough to appease Sanders supporters?
It's a good question because the resignation happened, Sunday afternoon. But Bernie Sanders spoke to his supporters in Philadelphia, many of whom were delegates, and it clearly wasn't enough for them. This is the exact reverse of what happened last week in Cleveland at the Republican National Convention. You had the #2 finisher choose not to endorse and get booed. In this case, it looks like you have the #2 finisher choosing to endorse the nominee and get booed. So it's the exact opposite. So, look, we're at a point now where I think the inmates are trying to run the asylum. How they're going to control these Bernie Sanders delegates at the convention is going to be fascinating to watch. Obviously, Bernie Sanders speaks tonight along with First Lady Michelle Obama. He's going to have a great opportunity to try to sort of calm down his delegates. He's been a good soldier over the last month, but they are clearly not on board yet. And this DNC email scandal, which shows the DNC was lying for over a year about being neutral in the primary, is riling up Bernie Sanders supporters even more.
All right, Philip, long term, what will this email hack mean for the Democratic Party?
Well, I think it's less about what it means for the Democratic Party and more about what it means for the country. All signs show that Russia has been conspiring to release this at a certain time. There's suggestions that they intend to release more emails around Labor Day. Russia is directly trying to influence the U.S. presidential elections, and I think that's something that goes beyond party. It goes to our question of who we are as patriots and whether or not we want a country like Russia meddling in our open and fair elections.
Matt, what are your thoughts?
Well, look, Russia didn't make the DNC lie to the media and to Democratic voters for a year. They had nothing to do with that. Look, it bothers me that any foreign government would try to interfere in a U.S. election, no matter who it is. But it's not the leak that's the problem. It's the content of the emails, which showed that Democratic National Committee staff were trying to use Bernie Sanders' supposed atheism against him, which is not true. And so there's a lot of damaging things inside the emails, and that's why I think you're going to see more staffers fired or disciplined in the next few weeks. I don't think this controversy is over yet.
All right, we are out of time, but Matt, Philip, thank you both for sharing your perspectives with us tonight.
Thanks.
Thank you.